Report.com.
Free credit report offer applies with enrollment in Triple Advantage.
A new book about Bill and Hillary Clinton is hitting the shelves, and already their supporters are describing it as a conservative hit job. The book is called The Clinton Crack-Up, written by a longtime critic of both Bill and Hillary. It claims to tell the story of Bill Clinton's unhappy lifestyle, his emotional distress, and his dubious foreign contacts. Joining me now, Allison, Kasic from the Conservative Independent Women's Forum, and Democratic strategist Morris Reed. Thanks to you both for being with us. Allison, I'll start with you, Allison, if I could. Do you think this is a fair critique of Hillary Clinton, or, to use her words that she's revived lately, more of that right-wing conspiracy?
Well, I think this is more of a critique on Bill, and I think that's where conservatives have to be careful in this. You know, Hillary Clinton has a record of her own, and there's plenty to criticize there, so there's really no need to be going after Bill, at least not right now.
You know, that's a good point you bring up, Allison. Morris, let me ask you about this, because given the ratings and the polls that we're seeing about Hillary Clinton's likability factor, which we'll get into in a second, but could this perhaps have the opposite effect that this author would like it to project?
That's interesting. An interesting way of looking at it. It could actually endear her with some of the women that find her to have such a hard edge. So it could backfire on them. But this is old. You know, most of this book, from what I've understood, is the old news, really rehashing and hearsay. So we'll see how far it goes. But this could have a backfiring effect.
Allison, is this old news? Is this a rehash?
From what I can tell with the book, and I haven't read it yet, but based on reports, it seems like it not a whole lot of new information, a lot of sort of the same old, scandals that we're already familiar with. But I do think it's important that, let's focus on Hillary, because there's a lot to critique there. She has a lot of problems, including likability, electability. So, there's plenty to focus on.
All right, let's look at that. And Morris, I'd like you to bring up your Democratic strategist hat here and look at this sort of strategically. We talk about likability, and there's a new poll out. Actually, I think it's a Zogby poll. Yeah, people who were asked who they would never vote for. Hillary Clinton had the highest negatives of any Democrat. 46% said they would never vote for her. Now, I know the campaign has known about some of these numbers early on. They've thought about it. But what do you do about it now, especially since it's out there?
Well, this is a challenge, and this is not anything that they're polling information that hasn't said to them as well. And she's been through two races in New York where I'm sure they saw this. This is a woman that's going to outwork everyone. If you look at the way she took her position up in New York and did on a listening tour and really turned the tide. If you even hear people in the Senate talk about how great she is to work with, from being a show horse to a workhorse, this is a woman who understands that she's got some challenges to overcome, and I think she's up to the task. It'll be interesting to see how she's able to refute this.
All right, and with this book coming out, Allison, I mean, this is a lot of jabs at the Clinton couple. You're from the Conservative Independent Women's Forum. What is your view of Hillary Clinton as a candidate right now?
I think the biggest mistake our side can make is to underestimate the Clintons. They certainly have they're smart, they're calculating, they have the political machinery and the money behind them. So we have to take Hillary serious as a contender, and right now she is the front runner. But as we've said, she does face many challenges. There's significant challenges, and I mean right now she's looking forward to the general, and she might have quite the primary battle on her hands. So we can't get too far ahead of ourselves.
It's really going to get fascinating, though. I look forward to covering
but the one thing that's great about Hillary, though, she's helpful to the Republicans too. She's like this big boogeyman that rings up the cash register for Allison and her folks. So she's the gift that keeps on giving to both sides.
Ka-ching! Morris Reed, Allison Kasic. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
2 volunteer